Move it all simultaneously over joints and rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all. Keep the flow. But can't.
Okay, Coach. Well, from a place that's officially been recognized as the loudest venue in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dublin Celtic Tigers and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Ready? 70, Indy. Check. Walk 54. I'm scared. Switch.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You can't block me. Wait.
Here's 2nd and 8. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 74 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They begin with Henry, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Called it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Topper! Hey, orbit!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And it's Chiefs football.
1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on.
2nd and 9 now. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go now. 90, Wolf.
I got 15. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Hey, Delta.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down, Celtic Tigers.
Here we go. Hey, Haywood. 18, Cater.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Be driven.
Throwing on first down. Lewis. He gets this one to Johnson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Pull it high.
Check 43.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go. At their own 26-yard line.
Got it.
The The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit long.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Herbert. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
A loss of a yard.
That's it,
Brings
baby.
up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Ready to break.
Mike 5-4. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Say.
5.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Ready.
To throw on 3rd down, Herbert. And Tate's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Hey. 4 down.
Here's Barkley. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
61, max box.
Lewis, off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Watch the run.
Hey, 2.
Now Lewis throwing on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing.
It's a foot race. 30, 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point put through by Boswell. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Move.
To throw is Lewis. Throwing again. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
High 7. Crouch. 5.
Here's Lewis operating from the gun. And he comes back with one complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On second down, here's Fournette. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space, down just beyond the 35. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Ready? 8, read.
I'm coming after you.
On third down, Fournette. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on fourth.
West. Hey, box truck, box truck.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Deep grip, deep grip.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 60 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
I got him. 57. Mike.
To throw on second down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Ready, ready.
57 to Mike. Rip right, rip right.
Right up.
This time they stay on the ground. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a fourth and long. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Fournette, a first down carry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I'm coming. 36.
This is Jones. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Again, it's Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up fourth down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
He finds his man Johnson. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Coming to you.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Recon, 152 fighters.
A first down carry for Barkley. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Silver.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This will be caught by Brown. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come out here in the eye. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll go with a keeper. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
On 4th down, they're going to try the jet sweep. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. The trick play does not pan out here on 4th and goal. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 4-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they even let you go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Got it. 15. 115. 115. Wrap.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
On the ready.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind and try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 39 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Alert 3. Showing up.
Running from the gun with Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. A first down carry for Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I got 15.
Let's go. Get set.
Lewis now off the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted a 3rd of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9.
22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. Ready?
Now Lewis. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The tally there, minus 8 yards. Leads to 4th down as well. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
2
minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On 4th down, Lewis. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run with Barkley. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 50 plants. 54. We own it. We own it. Go.
Got a man. It's Brown. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. Oh, and Lewis lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Here we go, G. Here I come.
Get it.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
Loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Kansas City, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Dubliners, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?